guys! Today I'm going to review Frontier in Space. It's from Season 10, Story 3. It stars John Pertwee as the Doctor, Katy as Joe Grant, and Roger Delgado playing the Master. And this is Roger Delgado's last performance as the Master, because after this story he died in a car crash. So this is his last story, unfortunately, but it's an excellent one to finish on.
There is a conspiracy to start a war between Earth and Draconia, and there's also a third party, Professor, who is plotting to set the two empires at each other's throats.
So it was you.
If you do not speak now, we shall force you to confess.
Under the powers invested in me by the Special Security Act, I'm sending you to the Lunar Penal Colony.
Not only is the Master in, but there's Draconians, there's Ogrons, and even in episode 6, because it's a 6-parter, the last 7 minutes, the Daleks pop up. So a really good, plenty of variety in this story. It was broadcast in 1973, a 6-parter. It was written by Malcolm Hulke. It was done loads of other stories, and directed by Paul Bernard. Pertwee always said he loved the Draconians best. He always goes on about the makeup, the mask, because you can see the faces and expressions on the faces, and he was right. It's excellent. Doctor Who did some terrific alien masks during the 1970s. When you think about it, there's loads. There's these, the Draconians, the Ogrons. They did some excellent aliens like Zygons, the Sontarans, endless. The BBC did an excellent job with the monsters. The plot of the story is intriguing. The Master teams up with the Daleks to use the Ogrons to cause a war between Earth in the 26th century and Draconia. So there's these two empires, and the Master's trying to cause trouble and make a war. The only trouble with the story is there's a lot of the Doctor and Joe getting captured by one side. As soon as they escape, they get captured by the other side. So it's backwards and forwards between Earth and Draconia, getting captured non-stop. Hey, was I watching bloody Doctor Who? Or fucking porridge? Funnily enough, episode 3 is about the Doctor being captured again, but he's put on a prison on the moon.
What are you going there?
Nothing.
Show me.
Chocolate. My allowance from the remand prison.
No chocolate allowed here.
Now that's stealing, you know.
That's what I'm in for. Got a troublemaker, have we?
That's what I'm in for.
I'll remember you.
Good, I'm glad to hear it.
And the story's all set on this prison, and the Doctor tries to escape. It's really good. I think that's my favourite episode, and that's just about the Doctor being captured. I think the Doctor and Joe spent more time in a bloody cell than Ronnie bloody Barker did in fucking porridge.
Why is that, when you've been inside between 8 months and a year, that sort of period, you see?
I think John and Joe, they were both excellent in this story. They were really into the characters at this point, because they were in 2 previous seasons, and they were really getting into the part, and the interplay between them is excellent. And the Master as well, Roger Delgado, he's really into the part as well. He gives an excellent performance. It's maybe his best. Hey, that bloody Master was a right bearded bugger. Proper bloody shithouse. It's a shame because his last scene in this story, he just runs away. So there's no epic final scene with him. Because unfortunately he died after the story. So they were expecting him to be back next year to do another Master story, because it was kind of traditional at this point. But unfortunately that didn't happen. So the last you see of him's just running away. So that's disappointing. It's weird because the next time you see the Master's in the Deadly Assassin, and he's all deformed and that. So there's a lot of good shock value for the Deadly Assassin, because audience were used to this suave Roger Delgado type Master. And when the viewers watched The Deadly Assassin, they'll have been shocked when they saw that the Master was all deformed and ugly looking. I watched it on this Blu-ray box set. I just did an unboxing of it. It's excellent. I think the Pertwee era really does shine on Blu-ray, because I remember years ago when I used to get pirate copies of the Pertwee era. We all did it in the 90s. We got these bootleg videos of the Pertwee era, and you couldn't hardly bloody watch it. It was awful. Jumping picture and blurred to hell. But we still watched it because we were desperate to watch some Pertwee. And that was the only way to watch it at the time. But now you get crystal clear Blu-ray. Like DVD's alright, but Blu-ray's better picture, better sound. And it really brings out the Pertwee era. It's a really colourful era. And out of all the eras of Doctor Who, this probably improves the most. Because usually, with it being colour his era, in the early 70s, it does look a bit blurred at times on DVD. But on Blu-ray, picture quality's amazing. So I suggest, if you're fans of the Pertwee era, you should definitely get as much Blu-ray as possible. The Draconians are brilliant, also like the Ogrons as well. It's a shame they're underused, the Ogrons. They were in Day of the Daleks as well. So they were only in 2 stories. They should have did a full story with the Ogrons. That would have been excellent. They look really good. It's nice to say the Daleks pop up at the end of the story. Episode 6, the last 7 minutes. I think they're only in a couple of minutes, but it's always nice to say them. It was a brilliant scene where you see the Master on the horizon, and then the Daleks come behind him. So he's in league with the Daleks. Excellent scene, that. It's pity they weren't in longer. This story ends with the Doctor being like bad. He gets into the TARDIS and he sends a message to the Time Lords about the Daleks. And it leads into the next story, Planet of the Daleks. So that was unusual at the time. It's a brilliant story using propaganda, and I like how they use like a prison on the moon, where all these prisoners, political prisoners, go on. So it kind of shows that in the 26th century, if you speak against the government, you get put in prison on the moon. So that kind of destroys free speech, doesn't it? So I hope the world doesn't end up like that, the way it's going now, where you don't see anything. So overall, I thought this story was excellent. There's a lot of getting captured though, backwards and forwards, but apart from that, it's excellent. Everyone's brilliant in this story, all the cast. The Madam President, who's in control of Earth, she's excellent. All the incidental characters are good. There's some nasty buggers on the prison on the moon. There's this warden fella who's a right twat. So it's really good. I really enjoyed it. So I think overall I'd give this story 9. It almost gets top marks. 9 out of 10. But you do keep going for your liking. I thought it was bloody good for you. The whole show knocks patches off the new bugger. Okay everybody, bye. Bye.